Hey everyone, Captain Amazing here, and today we are going to talk about when you should farm Jabba. So let's jump into it. Jabba is an excellent GL. Some people I've seen have waited a long time to farm Jabba. So no matter where you are in the game, if you don't have Jabba, the time to farm Jabba is now. But in all seriousness, Jabba should be in everyone's account. When I make my free-to-play farming guide, the first GL that will be on that list is going to be Jabba the Hutt. Jabba is an amazing GL. You get so much mod material from him that it really does change the entire mod game once you get him. Smuggler's Run 2 is amazing. When I farm my mods, all my energy goes towards finding mods that have high potential, but the majority of my 6-dot material comes from passive things like the bros, the Poncho Bros, Smuggler's Run 2, Galactic Challenges. So Smuggler's Run 2 is an amazing event. You want it, you need it. If you don't have it, every time I see an account that is very similar GP to mine and they don't have Jabba, you can tell in their mods. It really does. And it's not just the slicing material. The slicing material is amazing, but it's more than just slicing material because it's also calibration materials, these micro attenuators. So we haven't had a Smuggler's Run 2 in a while. As you can see, I only have 22. That's enough to do pretty much like one of these calibrations. If you do Smuggler's Run 2 just for one event, you get 60 of these. It's insane how much it changes the entirety of your mods. So let's talk about the farm in itself. So it is a difficult farm, and there have been some changes that have made me say that this should be your first farm. All right, so the first thing is Jedi Knight Luke. So Jedi Knight Luke, whenever you're going for Jabba, should be the first thing you go for this farm. And even now that there's a Lightspeed bundle that was a Jedi Knight Luke bundle, that makes this even better. It wasn't purely a Jedi Knight Luke bundle, but it was very close. That bundle gave you a lot of these requirements. It gave you Wampa, it gave you Rolo and Cholo. So those are some difficult things to get in this game. So you have to pretty much farm a Hermit Yoda with your Mark II if you bought that Lightspeed bundle, and then you have to farm CLS. There's also other things that make this a difficult farm, because you do need Chewbacca, you need C-3PO, you need a relic Darth Vader. So it is a very convoluted farm, and that's just to get Jedi Knight Luke, one character for that farm. But it leads to a lot of different things. So what I always tell people is farm your GL ship, which I already covered in past video. You farm your GL ship as your first big farm. I always say Executor, but you can go Profundity as well. From there, you can go get your Imperial Troopers. Then you go into CLS, and you get the entire CLS team. That'll come with Chewbacca, C-3PO, CLS, and Han. That's going to give you the majority of the farm for this. If you bought the Lightspeed bundle, then you already have those. You'll have to farm the ship with some bounty hunters, but you should have the majority of those bounty hunters if you can farm Chewbacca. You just need those ships to get it, to unlock that. And then from there, it's as simple as just going through the event and unlocking Jedi Knight Luke. What that's going to give you is another assault battle CT3, because pretty much any Jedi, Jedi Knight Luke, Hoda, and then you want Grandmaster Yoda in there, and any other 2 Jedi can get you challenge tier 3 for Jedis. Then you'll have the CT3 for Rebels, because you have Commander Luke Skywalker. Now, if you skipped the Executor, or if you skipped If you skip the Imperial Troopers, then Jabba is going to give you another assault battle with the Bounty Hunters one, but usually that's very negligible, very low hanging fruit as far as what Jabba gives you. But what he does give you is an excellent GL. He has a node on every single ROTE phase. It's a very easy node. You can just auto it. He comes with his team, so you don't have to farm additional characters. Pretty much, like his team comes fully loaded. If you want to make him better in TW, then you do have to farm one more bounty hunter, and that's fine. But even in TW, he is amazing. So if you have Ambo and you get him up and running and you throw that Omicron, you throw the Omicron on Skiff, then this is an amazing GL on the best TW defense. So this farm is very good. It's pre-packaged. You don't have to farm Embo if you don't want to. You can. I do prefer Boba Fett in every other game mode outside of TW. I don't have Embo, then that's why I haven't farmed him yet, because I would just use him only in TW, and it's not worth it for me at the time. But Jabba the Hutt himself is worth it. So to make it clear, you should farm Jabba as soon as you can. So if you're farming something right now, like you're in the middle of a farm, go ahead and finish that farm. If you don't have any of the shards, then go ahead and fit in something in between. So you can go like Poncho Bros, the Padawan Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon, and you can work on those while you finish off the hard node farms for Hutt Cartel. But as soon as you finish your current farm, if you're completely not ready for this farm, that's by the way, then finish your current farm, start working on some side farms while you farm up the shards for this Hutt Cartel. If you have the shard, or if you don't have CLS, then you can start going towards that CLS Jedi Knight Luke, and then you can build up the shards while you do that. Or if you are close to Jedi Knight Luke, or if you have Jedi Knight Luke, then go ahead and knock this out. So a lot of people will say, I'm going to farm JML and then I'm going to farm Jabba the Hutt. And I would say I would not recommend that, because and a lot of times people are really close to JML. And I'll say this, like, for JML to be fully functional, he needs to be R9. He needs to have 6 Zetas. His team, you have to build a whole team for him. And then you have to farm Mon Mothma, which is 500 Chirotech. You have to farm JML, which I was told it's 600 Chirotech. So that's a lot of Chirotech. So what I did was I farmed Jabba, and then I quickly farmed JML right after Jabba, and I felt like that was perfect. What that did was because it takes the same amount of time to farm Jabba and JML, whether you go JML and Jabba or Jabba and JML. But you want Jabba as soon as you can. I would not delay that farm any more than you have to. Even the same day I unlocked him, Smuggler's Run 2 was active, and I was able to get full events, beat the event twice with a R7 Jabba with absolutely no ult. So it is a very approachable event. You don't have to have super great mods. There's a lot of strategies out there where you can just auto it, but it's a very easy thing to do, and it revolutionizes the entirety of your mods. So when should you farm Jabba? As soon as you can. Finish your current farm, start pushing towards CLS, get Jedi Knight Luke, then get Jabba. After that, you can go JML, and then you can start Profundity and all these other things. So I will make my free-to-play farming guide sometime soon. I think I'm going to create a free-to-play alt play for a month or so, just so I can make sure I don't have any holes in my farming guide, and then I'll make that guide. But at the moment, the purpose of this video is, when should you farm Jabba? Right away. Should you have a bunch of different farms? No. My priorities for Jabba is usually get Executor, farm Imperial Troopers, CLS, because that gives you 3 assault battles right there. Imperial Troopers, if you need, like, you can watch any of my assault guides, and I'll tell you how much gear you need on that. And then you go into Jabba. From Jabba, you once you have CLS, into Jedi Knight Luke, and then Jabba. And that is the most efficient route Where it gets a little weird is where you want to go with Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon, and that's why I have to play the early game again so that I can see. So that's not the purpose of this. I'll make a video soon on the Poncho Bros, but when should you farm Jabba? Right now. If you're ready for him. If you're not, finish your farm, start building up towards it. If you don't have Jedi Knight Luke, get Jedi Knight Luke, go for Jabba. You don't have CLS, get CLS, farm Jedi Knight Luke, go for Jabba. It's that simple. I promise you, once you farm Jabba, you will not regret it. You can put him on defense, you can take him on offense. He's just a great GL overall. He is good in every single game mode except for raids, because raids are specific to whatever character that they want to use right now. But that's the guide as far as when you should farm Jabba. If you have a different opinion of me of this than me, let me know. Otherwise, let me know in the comments what you think. If you have another farm that you would like me to cover, I did get some examples or some things you guys wanted to farm last time, so I'll keep that in mind. Just keep letting me know what it is you want me to know as far as when you should farm something. Other than that, thanks for watching everyone, and take care.